What's up, everybody? You see there, Division 5 eFootball. But even though I am in Division 5 and I got promoted earlier on stream, this is from my previous run-in with the game. If you didn't watch, I have given eFootball a shot on 2 other occasions, but I just didn't have the time to give the game the respect it deserved to truly learn it, which is actually a good thing because you don't want to flip on a game and have it the same as any other football game. Otherwise, it would be boring. There'd be no point in playing. eFootball has its own unique experience. Now, I wish that each of the 3 games had great gameplay and they're all unique and we could give content to 3 different player bases that are enjoying their games. Unfortunately, the reality is EAFC, in my opinion and in many's opinion, is in a great spot post-patch. UFL started off great, and then since then it's just been a nightmare with wrong turn after wrong turn by the developer. And so even though my goal was always to provide eFootball content because it deserves it, right? I want to provide content for all football games. And I have a goal of reaching the top level of all 3 football games. If there's 4, I'll have the goal of reaching 4. But they have to be a skill-based game. UFL, right now, it just isn't, point blank. And there's many players who have either quit UFL altogether already or they're playing, but that's just because they will not play FC and UFL is the only other game, right? So for those players who, no matter how good people say FC is or no matter how good it might be, they just don't like EA Sports or don't like FC, right? For example, many think that it's ping pong passing, the speed of passing over in FC right now. I personally like it, and it's actually one of the things that was hurting me in eFootball because there's a little bit more of a pause between the passing. You still get beautiful passing sequences, and the passing mechanics itself are awesome, but it's just not as fast. Many players will actually love that about eFootball. Unfortunately, though, it's just not as big. I said this earlier. It is huge in Asia, right? Especially Japan, where it is made. It runs the show as far as football games. It's just not as big both in the United States and in Europe. And even though there's a good enough player base all over the world, it is not nearly... I don't think eFootball gets the credit it deserves. Nonetheless, speaking particularly to those players who are done with UFL or are playing just because they don't want to go to FC but they want to play football, download eFootball. It is free and see what you think. But the main point of this video is this. Do not turn the game on and expect to get it right away. Again, it's its own unique game. So, yes, you can change the controls because Konami releases its own controls for eFootball separate from, that are different from EAFC and UFL because UFL just is a copy of EAFC controls, right? More or less. Now, eFootball, you can change the controls to be the same. However, there are certain differences and the game just plays different. For example, earlier I was constantly clicking in player lock, and there is no player lock in eFootball. I was constantly triggering my runs for players to make runs away or to come to the ball, and you don't have that in eFootball. But the skill in eFootball is that the AI runs are excellent, and you have to still scan the field and make the correct pass to whichever player's making the best run, right? There's still absolutely skill in eFootball. It's just a whole different experience, and you have to learn, and it's a different skill set, if you will. So, if you turn the game on and you're not used to it, well, of course, because it's a totally new game. I got totally destroyed many games earlier. Literally got down to the last game just to get promoted to only Division 5. But that is a good thing. That is the rewarding feeling you get when you climb. It's because the game is challenging and it takes time to learn. No different than real football or anything else, right? So turn on the game, go to the tutorials. Watch my videos, watch other content creators, watch other streams of players playing the game at higher levels. Understand what the game can be, and then understand the controls as well. Go in, give yourself time to learn all these controls, and after that, judge your experience, because I can assure you that you will like the game. If for some reason you don't, so be it. It was a free to download game. Now, yes, there are many people that don't like the pay-to-play aspect of it, just like FC, and there absolutely is an issue with that. No different than how UFL has these outrageous skin packs that cost way too much, right? But in eFootball, you can have a free-to-play team. I have a free-to-play team. And as a matter of fact, all of my players would actually make the best team in UFL, right? They're all meta players. It's just you get them and you grind your way up and you can boost their skill or their attributes and their skill sets. And that way it's similar to UFL. So can you feel the difference between, players that have these boosted players that they paid to get? Yes, you can feel the difference, but by no means can you just not compete. You absolutely can. I can show you. You're seeing it on screen now. You're seeing it if you go watch my stream from earlier. So don't let that discourage you. You can play with a free-to-play team, and you can still have the likes of Mbappe, Haaland, Salah, Messi. That right there is my attacking four in eFootball, right? So the biggest thing is do not get discouraged when you turn on the game and you have to learn everything new, control-wise, movement-wise, everything. You have to get used to the speed of passing, to the way shooting is, right? To the way to defend. All of these things are unique to eFootball, but that's what makes it great. You can either play this solo as the only football game. If UFL is not doing it for you and you don't like FC, you can play it as a third game if you still play FC and UFL, right? Whatever the option is for you, I'm just telling you that especially for those who have been discouraged because they won't play FC and don't have UFL, but this goes for anybody. eFootball is a viable option and a great game. I can't wait to get on and play. I will be honest with you, I haven't even started my Foot Champs yet, but I don't care. eFootball is what I want to play. That's what I'm going to play. Give it a go, download it, and learn the game. See what you think. Keep grinding, have fun, and peace.